Hey Ridgeview Foxes, Mrs. Dando here, your school counselor, and I am so excited that we are back this school year. I missed your faces so much over winter break. No matter where you're learning from, at school or at home, I am so glad you're back with us. And we're ready to kick off our counseling in the classroom lessons this week with Mrs. Thompson. That's right, the counselor from Hickory Grove. And she has a great lesson for you on resiliency. Okay, I know I maybe stumped some of you with that word. Resiliency or being resilient. That's a really important thing we gotta work on, especially this last year. So let's check it out. Come on.
Hey there, Dunlap students. Mrs. Thompson here over at Hickory Grove. I just wanted to say Happy New Year and welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful break and I hope you're ready to power through the rest of this school year. I'm here today to give you another counseling in the classroom lesson. And today I'm going to talk to you about resiliency. Now I know you're probably thinking, what in the world is resiliency? Well, don't worry, I'll tell you. Resiliency, or to be resilient, means being able to recover quickly from a difficult situation, or being strong and tough. Resiliency, or being resilient, is the ability to bounce back when things get difficult in our life. And when I think about resiliency, I think about these little things called weebles. Hold on a second, I'll show you what I mean.
The world of the weebles. We the weebles, all the weebles in Weeble Town. Promise to wobble, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Weebles. Who knew we could compare a little toy to an important life skill that we can use to get us through challenging times? Weebles, or resiliency, remind us that even when things get difficult, we might weeble, we might wobble, but we won't fall down completely. Or if we feel like we've fallen down, we can use skills to help us get right back up. Now, there are a lot of different ways to help us become resilient, but when I say a lot of different ways, I mean a lot of different ways. And if I continue to talk about that all day long, everyone might be sleeping by the end. So today, I'm just going to give you 2 different ways that you can help build your resiliency. The first way to help build your resiliency is to become more optimistic. Now, that's another big word, and you're probably like, Mrs. Thompson, let's cut it with the big words. However, optimism is just a big word for positive thinking. And when we're dealing with a difficult situation, it's helpful to think of something positive rather than thinking about all the negative things that could happen out of this situation. You might even remember the lesson with Mrs. Abahuli about our automatic negative thoughts and getting rid of those ants. In order to boost our optimism, today we're going to take a little bit deeper look into our different thoughts. When something happens to us, a thought automatically pops into our head, and sometimes that thought comes without thinking, and that can change our whole day depending on what that thought is. I'm going to use this little magnifying glass to show you exactly what I mean. For example, one day I was walking at the store and I saw my really good friend, so I waved at her, "Hi," and she just kept walking. Didn't wave, didn't say hi, didn't even make a smile. A thought immediately popped into my head. What did I do wrong? Did I make her mad? What did I do? Why didn't she wave at me? She's definitely mad at me. Now, looking back at that situation, was I using positive thoughts or negative thoughts? Definitely negative thoughts. So, let's take a little bit deeper look at that situation and analyze what could I have done differently in that situation. Let's think about that situation again with some positive thoughts and use some optimism. Maybe my friend just didn't see me, or maybe she was super busy and in a hurry, or maybe she was just distracted. If I use optimism and positive thoughts to think about that situation, I'm going to have a much better day rather than using those negative thoughts and thinking about the fact that maybe my friend was mad at me all day long. So the next time you are in a difficult situation, I want you to use your imaginary magnifying glass to think optimistically about what really might be happening. Now, I want to take a minute to roll back and remind you exactly what this lesson is about today. And again, remember, it's about resiliency or being resilient. Now, the second skill I wanted to talk to you about today in order to build that resiliency is being able to identify the important people in your life or the supportive adults who can help you. An important part about being resilient is being able to say, hey, I need some help. But in order to get that help, we have to know who we can turn to. So today I'm going to teach you the skill of identifying those people. And in order to do that, I want you to draw up a circle of support. Let me show you. And there you have it, Mrs. Thompson's circle of support. Kind of hard to see, but for example, I have my mom and my dad. They always know what to say. I have my teacher friends. They always make me laugh. And I even have the other counselors on here, Mrs. Dando, Miss Mills, Mrs. Appledooley, and Mrs. Centers. They always have the right thing to say when I just need a little extra help. Our circle of support is so important because those are the people we can go to when things get challenging. And a big part of being resilient is saying, hey, I need some help. Another important piece about our circle of support is having that done prior to a difficult situation. Because if you are in a situation without your circle of support already planned out, you are really going to be worried about who can I go to for help. So I'm challenging you to draw up your circle of support. So the next time you are in a difficult situation, you have those people you can go to. So a quick recap on what we learned today. The first thing, optimism, taking a step back in a situation and using our magnifying glass to identify some of the positive things or maybe what's really happening in that situation. And our second thing, the circle of support, identifying those people in our life that can really help us in a difficult situation and knowing that it's okay to ask for help. So I'm challenging you to utilize these two skills and maybe the other ones you learned down the road to help build your resiliency. See ya!
Oh, thank you so much, Mrs. Thompson. I loved that lesson. And the part I especially loved, the circle of support. It's so important for us to be able to recognize the people in our lives who are here for us. Think really hard. Harder? Who are you thinking of right now? When times are tough, things are hard, who are the people you can count on? Who are the people you can trust? You want to know who those people are before hard things happen. That way, we know just who to go to when those tough times happen. And if you weren't sure, I hope you put my name on that circle because I'm always here for you. Resiliency is a skill that we work on our whole lives. Yep, even grown-ups. Because tough things, they just happen. And resiliency helps us to overcome those things when they come our way. So if you see me around school this week, maybe tell me some ways that you have been resilient. Or tell me some people who are in your circle. All right, you guys, that's all we have for you today. I'll see you later this week with our 5-minute follow-up Friday. And until then, take care. Oh yeah. And remember, at Ridgeview, you belong, you matter, and you are worthy.